this class, I will tell you about the perspective in sociology. So the way we look into the social reality or the attitudes towards certain social reality is perspectives. Same phenomena can be studied by different scholars in a different perspectives having different interpretation or generalization. So got different theory. Let's see what does it mean. We see that earlier we have the traditional society, and that traditional society after French Revolution and Industrial Revolution changed into capitalist society or industrial society. So let's see how these perspectives try to understand this change. And now we have the modern. In this, multicultural and other things are there. So just we focus on traditional to capitalist. That is very much concerned with the classical sociological thinkers that is mentioned in your syllabus for UPSC civil service exams. So in this change, the change is from traditional to capitalist. Marx has different kinds of interpretation of this change. What Marx sought to explain after looking into this change, Marx was concerned to explain the social inequality poverty that is there in capitalist society. What kinds of inequality is there? So you can say that Marx sought to explain the dynamics of social inequality and poverty in the capitalist society after that traditionalist changes to this capitalist. So in this capitalist society, Marx tried to explain these kinds of things. Okay, how Marx explained? Marx explained through a kinds of, we will discuss it later. In every society, Marx thought that there are two groups and they are in mutual, the interest of those groups are in the mutual contradiction with each other. So one is the owner, or you can say the oppressor and oppressed. So this contradiction, dialectic, or the theory is the dialectic materialism. So the importance of materialism and the way it is unfolded was the dialectic methods. So this dialectic materialism, the class struggle, all those things are there to explain this social inequality and poverty in capitalist society. So this was the way Marx looked into this society, capitalist society. Okay, and how the change from traditional to capitalist, earlier from, you can say, Marx also talk about primitive communism, slavery, feudalism, capitalist, and professed about this communism. So this capitalist, feudalism, slavery, and primitive communism society, how this change into this one period of time or one type of society change into another one is all because of his materialism, the idea of materialism, and this dialectic method is there to explain. So all those things are all those things are actually based on the some kinds of contradictions, the importance of matters and the contradictions of or contradictory interest of the different groups in that society. So the way Marx looks into the reality, social reality, is totally different, and the way that is looked at the social reality by the Marx is called the conflict way, because they show that the conflict is inherent in any society. But he says that in communism, that conflict would be dismantled, that there will be no conflict. So that is the different thing. But this change from here to there, from earlier to the next one, it all because this conflict. So the conflict and the ideas of the matter, these are the basic thing that is important for the Marx, and that is why Marx ideology is called the conflict one. So one approach to look into the social reality is the conflict one, that is propounded by this Karl Marx. Another one for the same period of social change, we have Durkheim, Emil Durkheim. How Durkheim look into the social reality of that time, the same period that Marx looked at. What actually Durkheim did was Durkheim. Marx looked at any social reality. The way he looked at, Marx looked at, was the conflict approach, or the perspective, we can say. And Durkheim actually explained the characteristics of industrial society. Industrial society that is there. What are the characteristics of that society? That is very much important for the Durkheim, and also the process of secularization. Durkheim, the main focus was to state or explain the characteristics of industrial society and the process of secularization in that society that is there. This is the process, ongoing process, secularization. So this process, the main focus is there. What did Durkheim do is that explain the characteristics and the process of secularization. But the way to explain that characteristics and the process of this secularization, he actually has certain kinds of approach to look into the reality, and that is Durkheim actually look upon any social reality in a way that the social institutions, there are many social institutions. In every society, every institution is like, you can say, the part. And every part of society plays a certain kinds of role. Just like for human being whole body is a society, and every part of the human body that is actually contributing in maintaining that body. Likewise, Durkheim says that every parts of society is there to play a constructive role in society to maintain the society as a whole. So these kinds of idea is there, that you can say that the religion, uh, the other things that is there in a traditional society, that plays a greater role to maintain that traditional society. In modern society, certain kinds of institutions are there, and that is playing their role to maintain certain kinds of, to maintain that the whole society. So the way they look at the social reality is called functionalism. Why functionalism? Because every part playing its role, or every part is functional for the maintenance of the society as a whole. So this is there. Next we can see that there is Weber. All explain the change of the traditional into capitalist society, and this capitalist society is very much important for Marx, Durkheim, Weber, and Parsons and Morton also. Many other thinkers, and how they look into the reality is that Marx in a different way, Durkheim in a different way, and Weber in a totally different way. So Weber tried to explain the emergence of capitalism. Durkheim tried to explain the characteristics of capitalism. Weber tried to explain the emergence of capitalism. Yes, and the consequence of this modern institutions like bureaucracy. So, consequences of bureaucracy. So, these were the basic things that is done by the Weber. But for Weber, the every individuals, or the way individuals interact, plays a greater role in understanding the social reality. And because of this, everyday life matters, every interactions matter. This idea is called interactionism. So for Weber, this is the way he looked into the reality is called the interactionism. So the basic perspectives are, we can say now that conflict perspectives, rather we can write functionalism first, because Auguste Comte was also functionalist. So functionalist or functionalism first, second one is conflict one, and third one is interactionism, and this is further developed into symbolic interactionism. So here we have Weber Parsons and Morton also is there. That has certain kinds of perspective. That perspective is functionalism. Here, for conflict, we have the Marx, and also Dahrendorf is there. But the main proponent of this perspective is Karl Marx. For interactionism and symbolic interaction, you can say we have Weber and G.H. Mead. And these all thinkers are mentioned in your syllabus directly. So now your major focus would be on the thinkers. Now you can study thinkers in greater detail. So how do you study thinkers? I would suggest you to study in this way. First, study thinkers on that has the perspective of functionalism. So the thinkers are Auguste Comte. That is not mentioned in the thinkers part of your syllabus, but you should go through the ideas of Auguste Comte also. And then we have major thinker, that is Emile Durkheim. And after that, Talcott Parsons and R.K. Martin. So, first, second, third, and fourth. After that, the fifth thinker that you should read is the the conflict one, and that is the Karl Marx. Karl Marx. After that, you should go to interactionist or symbolic interactionism, and that is Max Weber. And after that, G.H. Mead. So this is the way you should read your thinkers first. So first, go through functionalist. This is the functionalist A. This is conflict B, and this is C, interactionist or symbolic interactionist. So in this way, you study your thinker portion. Thank you very much.